Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs that voices never share. And no one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fool said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words and I might teach you. Take my arms and I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wells of silence. And the people bowed to the neon god they made. And the sign flashed out his warning, and the words that it was forming. And the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway.
Please be seated. Family and friends, we gather here today with heavy hearts, yet with the intention to celebrate and remember the beautiful life of Bailey Ray Cooper. In the midst of our sorrow, we find comfort in coming together today to honour her memory and the light she brought into our lives. Bailey's time with us was far too short, but her impact she had during her 17 years will stay within our hearts forever. The passing of Bailey and the fact we are gathered here today is very surreal. The pain and emotion felt today is heightened, as none of us could have imagined that this day would ever come. Today we acknowledge the passing of Bailey, but we also remember and reflect on her life, her personality, and her achievements. My name is Paige Gill-Harvey, and I would like to thank Kira, Mark, and David for giving me the honour of leading Bailey's service. As we come together to celebrate Bailey's life, we acknowledge the profound loss we feel. The pain runs deep and the questions may linger. But today, let us focus on the love and the memories that Bailey has left with us. Bailey was more than just a daughter, granddaughter, sister, and friend. She was a beacon of light. Bailey, known as Hay Bales, Bales, B-Ray, and Bubbles, was a source of joy and a soul so pure that it touched the hearts of everyone who knew her. As we reflect on Bailey's life, we remember her bright spirit, her bubbly personality, and her honest nature. Her smile could light up the entire world, and her cheeky smile could change your whole mood and bring joy and laughter wherever she went. Bailey was incredibly intelligent, too smart for this world at times. She also found comfort in reading and listening to music, and cherished the special time spent with her siblings. It's heartbreaking to reflect on the impact that bullying had on Bailey. It serves as a stark reminder of the devastating effects of such cruelty, not only on Bailey, but on her loved ones and our community as a whole. Bailey's story reminds us of the urgent need for kindness, understanding, and support for those who are struggling, and also the devastating consequences of bullying. It is our duty to ensure that her voice is heard and that her story is not forgotten. Beyond the pain that Bailey endured, Bailey was a young woman with passions and interests that brought her joy. She was proud of her achievements, having obtained her certificate at TAFE last year and was working at the Big Four caravan park. These accomplishments proved her dedication and hard work and allowed her to feel a sense of pride and purpose. Bailey had a life ahead of her, filled with endless possibilities and opportunities. As we begin our sharing, I would now like to invite Bailey's mum, Kira, forward.
Sorry, I need to... So I have all intentions of trying to read this myself, but I learnt this morning that I probably won't have my shit together. So when I break, I hope someone standing here with me continue on. Okay. 5:42 p.m. on the 5th of March 2007, we welcomed a beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed princess into the world. She wasn't in a hurry to come into this world. Nearly 2 full days of labour, then resulting in an emergency caesarean, is what it took for us to see her beautiful, perfect face. It's such a shame she felt she needed to be in such a hurry to leave. From the moment she was born, it was like she had been here before. She opened her eyes and looked around the room and barely made a sound. Just took everything in, and that's how Bailey lived her short life. I made a typo. Taking on board everything she saw and everything she heard. Bailey was a really smart kid right from when she started to walk and talk. She was also very resilient. Shit, stop. Okay. In the first few years of her life, we became a mixed family, with Bailey and I living a journey together. We moved towns quite a few times in the first few years until we finally settled in Dongara, surrounded by family who supported us as a 2-piece band so we could live a decent life. I really wish I didn't write so much. Bailey finally started school in Dongara, and she was so excited because she was so smart and she liked to read books and she liked to learn things and she loved to grow her brain and personality. Kindy was pretty cool, but then unfortunately Bailey didn't find it easy to make friends because she was a little bit different. I always said that she was my beautiful, unique ray of sunshine. It wasn't before long that she took the way she looked and her smartness as something that she didn't appreciate because of the things that people would say. And that's a shame. It should have been embraced by everyone because she loved the person she was. Bailey had goals that she would set and wanted to achieve, and up until recently she pushed herself to reach them. Through primary school and high school, she competed in various school competitions and she always did really well. Unfortunately, that too didn't gain her many friends. But she still tried to find goals that she would stick to and try and achieve at the best of her ability. Her last major goal was to complete year 12 because no one in our family had. Unfortunately, here we are, mission denied. She wasn't sporty, she hated sport. and she would sit there in the end and have a bit of a laugh when people asked her if she had a hobby like sport. She would turn around and say, "Do I look like I play sport?" And we'd all have a bit of a laugh. She was comfortable saying things like that in safe places with people who wouldn't judge her. Bailey was into books from a young age. So many books. I'd spend my very last cent to buy her the next book that she said so desperately needed. Every birthday, she was stoked about receiving more books, and it became an ongoing easy gift to find through the years. More books. I'm not even sure if it's appropriate to say this, but fuck it. When she got older and showed signs of finding herself, I gifted her my 50 Shades of Grey collection. She told me I was a bit of a sick bitch because they were the only books I owned and confessed to reading in my adult life, and she read the whole lot and enjoyed it too. Bailey tried so hard all her life to try and fit in. When she was little, she tried Auskick. She also tried to play basketball for many years. She was not very good because she wasn't very sporty, but she wanted to try. She tried to give everything a crack, so she would fit into this world and make other people happy, or make people like her and accept her. In the end, she stopped trying that too. Recently, she tried surfing. She really hated one subject at school, and that was sport or outdoor education. I mean, we all understand she wasn't sporty or adventurous, but she still gave it a crack. She tried surfing and she came home and she said to me, "Mum, that was an epic fail." Apparently the teachers weren't very supportive, but we were so proud that she gave it a go. She was devastated to tell me that the teachers said that she needed to be less dramatic. But I said to her, "Good on you, bub, I can't surf either." Bailey was also very creative. She liked to draw, paint and write. She drew and painted some beautiful pictures and wrote some amazing stories and poems, and that's where she really expressed herself. She also loved music. We all get to enjoy that later on. Good luck. Bailey was very level-headed. She knew what was good for me and she knew what was good for her. And to be honest, she dictated a lot of my life for many years. She didn't like certain people that I formed relationships with, and she was not afraid to say so. She got so comfortable with it being just Bailey and I that I didn't really get a whole lot of choice. She would dictate who could and couldn't stay in our lives. Bailey loved animals. She got that from me working at the vet clinic here in town. She would always want to pop in whenever she could and pat the sick or injured cats and dogs. Eventually, Bailey managed to convince me to get our own dog, so we did a road trip down to Perth and picked up Mia. Mia quickly became Bailey's best friend for 9 years. When Mia left this world, I don't think Bailey ever forgave me, but I hope they have now met again. I'd always find both Bailey and Mia sitting together, cuddling, Bailey reading her a book, or just sharing her day. They were inseparable. I used to even have to take the dog to pick her up and drop her off from school. Somehow Bailey managed to convince me to do what Bailey wanted again. And next we needed a cat. I hated cats and I still do. But we got the damn cat. So then there was Angel, and they became my 3 musketeers. Bailey, Angel and Mia would sleep together every night. Right up until the day Bailey left us, the cat would still sleep on Bailey's bed at night. When Bailey was 11, I thought I needed to support her more, so we sat down and had a conversation together, and we agreed that I would go away to work. For the next 3 years, Bailey and Mia were packed up and they stayed living the 2 weeks that I was away at work with her nanny, Poppy Andy and Uncle Harry. The cat rendered herself with our trusty neighbour Poppy Shane. Bailey was lucky to have Nanny and Poppy and Uncle Harry. They loved her as much as I did. Bailey was the apple of Nanny's eye from birth. So when I was away, she was comfortable, knowing that they were there for her as much as I always was. My working away broke Bailey's heart because she missed me so much. But I also loved it because we could afford, but she also loved it because we could afford to do more together when I was home, and I could afford to do more for her when she needed it. We would call each other every night when I was away at work. Some days we'd talk for 5 minutes, other days it'd be hours. There were a few times it almost got too hard for Bailey, and I considered giving FIFO away to be more present. After a year and a half of me being away, I managed to find a transfer site that was closer to home, which meant I could spend more time with Bailey and I'd be closer if she really needed me back. Neither of us knew that this decision would soon change our entire lives. This is the shit that's going to get hard. Sorry. In 2019, I got the privilege to introduce Bailey to a man who would turn out to be her hero and someone she would quickly want to call Dad. It took me a while to tell Bailey about Mark because, like I mentioned before, she dictated my relationships and I was scared that she might dictate this one too. I kept Mark a secret from Bailey for quite a few months. Then when they finally met, you could see the instant love they had for each other. Bailey adored Mark and he adored her. In fact, sometimes I got a little bit jealous because she would start confiding in him more than she would me. Within a blink of an eye, we were pregnant with Charlie. Bailey was so excited. However, through all this and the previous few years, Bailey's mental health started to struggle. The bullying at school got worse because I wasn't around, and then she started to self-harm. I had hoped that I could continue working away a little bit longer, but I could tell that Bailey was really struggling. So with COVID hitting, I gave up FIFO and came home to be with her and started selling Tupperware. Who knew that this was going to be something that Bailey embraced herself? She used to love getting on Facebook videos and doing cooking shows. Many people used to love watching it, and it was a lot of fun for her. Sometimes she would jump on and just do a cooking show without me even knowing. At one point, she even said to me that she was going to be a consultant and that she would do better than I did. Bailey followed in my footsteps and wanted to do everything that I did. September 30th, 2020, our entire lives changed again when we introduced Miss Charlie Bear to our world. Charlie helped Bailey so much. Bailey often said that she was grateful for her sister because now she had a reason to keep fighting. She wanted to be a role model now to her beautiful little sister. Bailey took so much pride from being a big sister. She would always want to be the one pushing the pram or carrying Charlie in public. They both looked very similar, and sometimes people would think Bailey was Charlie's mum, making comments of how gorgeous her baby was, to which Bailey would beam a smile and proudly say, "Thank you, but she's my little sister." Then soon after settling as a family of 4, another baby was to come along. Bailey wasn't so impressed about this announcement, proudly saying to me, "Come on, Mum, don't you think 2 crazy girls is enough hassle for you? With all I've put you through, and Charlie is so much like me," and she's not wrong. But we laughed, and I said, "It's all good, Bub. I wouldn't have you any other way, and this one better be a boy." Miss Frankie came along in March 2022, and since then, we had spent the last 2 years as a complete family. Bailey continued with her struggles but battled and fought a good fight. However, if the bullying and mental health issues weren't enough for such a beautiful, unique soul, in April 2023, Bailey was given the unfortunate diagnosis of epilepsy after an unexpected seizure at school. During this time, Bailey and I got to spend 2 whole weeks in a hospital room together in Perth. In this 2 weeks, we shared so many emotions, and Bailey really opened up to me about exactly how she felt about life. I vividly remember her broken heart through sobbing tears say, "Mum, what did I do so wrong to deserve all this bad stuff to happen to me? Why won't it stop? When will it stop?" I had no words. All I could do was hug her tight and remind her that we will help her get through it like we always have. She hated now that things would get worse. She hated the idea of people being able to bully her more because she wasn't able to get her license when everyone else was. She hated that she now relied on medication to keep her alive. She hated that she wouldn't be able to drink at parties like everyone else was. She hated that she wasn't allowed to swim in the beach by herself or ride a bike for a while or use certain tools in woodwork. But she understood that it would all become a new form of normal eventually. She just had to give it time. Bailey had a broken heart and soul, but she kept keeping on, being brave and strong. Through all the bad shit, she had a lot of beautiful shit too. Mostly her family and a few good friends. Unfortunately, most of those friends didn't live here. She embraced work experience at the Shire admin office. Every Friday when I picked her up from the front car park, she would radiate happiness and beamed the biggest, brightest smile. She would talk about her day and how much she loved being around the beautiful people that work there. She loved TAFE. She hated school, but loved that going to school meant she could go to TAFE. She had some beautiful, kind friends at TAFE. Thursday mornings were the best mornings. She loved TAFE days so much that she would get up really early in anticipation, knowing she would have a trouble-free day with nice, mature people. More recently, Bailey loved Saturdays too. She loved working with Maria and Jess at the Big Four holiday park. She loved having responsibility and a purpose, and she loved seeing happy people arrive for their holiday. Every Saturday when I picked her up, she had a story to tell about someone she had met that day. Bailey loved everyone. Bailey loved every person in her family. Bailey loved her friends. Bailey loved strangers. Bailey even tried to show love to the people who caused her so much pain and made her not love herself. Bailey Ray Cooper, may you now rest your beautiful, unique soul peacefully, with no more pain, no more anger, no more demons and no more battles to fight.
You're fat. You're fat. You're fat. You're too fat. You're too fat. Bailey, you're fat. Go away, you fat cunt. Bailey, you're beautiful. Just the way you are. You're too smart. Oh, you nerd. No one likes you. No one likes you. Go away. No one likes you. You're too fat. You're fucking ugly. Go kill yourself, you cunt. We love you, Bailey. We'll always be there for you, Bailey. You're too fat. You're ugly. Go away from us. No one likes you here. You fucking elephant. You're too fat. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, Bailey. No one likes you, Bailey. You're too fat. You fucking fat cunt. You fucking albino. I love your blonde, beautiful hair. Who cares if you don't have eyebrows? You're a fucking freak. You're a fucking psycho. Fuck you, Bailey. No one wants you here, Bailey. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Go fucking kill yourself, Bailey. No one likes you, Bailey. We love you, Bailey. We love you so much, and I'm so proud of you, Bailey. Keep on being you. You're too fat. You're too fat. You're fucking ugly. You're a fat fuck. Go fucking kill yourself, you fat fuck.
Those words might be my voice, but I would never say the nasty things people felt obliged to say to a beautiful soul like Bailey. But they are the words that played on repeat in Bailey's head. From the age of 7, Bailey was bullied. First it was because her mum was fat, because I was. But that soon became because Bailey was fat and too smart. Bailey had blonde hair, blue eyes, fair skin, and blonde eyebrows. So she was then the albino freak. It just didn't stop. If there was one thing someone could pick on, they fucking would. I went to school a few times in primary school and tried to sort out some of the bullying that started. like when she was told she was too fat to go to the sports carnival. But nothing really happened. And then if something did happen, it got worse for Bailey, so Bailey asked me to stop standing up for her. I never wanted anything to get worse for Bailey. I wanted it to get better, and I tried everything in my power to make it better. But we all know bullies. And when they know they're winning and causing an effect, they go harder, they go deeper, and they go nastier. Bailey always told me what was being done and what was being said at school, and by who. She also told many teachers. I was not allowed to stand up for her because she was scared it would get worse. So all I could do was support her, tell her how beautiful she was to us, how much we loved her, and how lucky we were to have in her lives. Bailey was bullied so much, even for the stupidest shit. In the end, Bailey became the hurt person who hurt people because she decided she needed to stand up for herself, and she didn't care that it might mean she gets suspended from school because, let's face it, if she was having a bad day because of these people, she'd get sent home anyway. Bailey often showed remorse when she had a lash out and physically hurt someone who really didn't deserve it. Sometimes it was a case of being in the wrong place and the wrong time, and the smallest things would set her off. During these times, she was so sorry. She would beat herself up hard and ask for our help to fix it. Sometimes she managed to be able to resolve these situations with those involved over time. Even at home, she would lash out at us and yell and scream and push us, the people who loved her more than anything in the world, all because she had had a bad day at school. The last 3 to 4 years have been the hardest. We loved Bailey so much and knew what she was going through and having such a hard time. We tried to get her help from all angles, and we're still waiting. So to the person who told her that she was too fat to go to the sports carnival when she was in year 1, to the group of boys who made elephant noises every time they would see her at recess and lunchtime right up until her very last day at school, to the people who told her she was worthless and no good and should go kill herself, might I add, this was said so many times and as recent as the week before Bailey left us. Please make this a lesson that words hurt more than a punch, more than a kick, more than a metal water bottle to your head. I sit here today wishing that I could do more, that the school did more, that the mental health professionals did more, and that the police could do more. To Bailey's friends who have reached out and told me that they wish they had have stood up and told someone about what Bailey was copying and going through at school, I appreciate that, and I wish you did stand up. It would have helped immensely. So let this be a lesson to do better and to stand up. Bailey needed help to make this stop and make her hurt stop. We tried every avenue to get her that help. Now I fear that with Bailey not being here in town and at school, someone else is going to cop the brunt of the bullying that Bailey used to cop. I will not let Bailey's decision ever lie, because too many people could have done more and we did the best that we could. So just stop. Think about what you're doing and what you're saying and your actions. Also, stop and understand that if what you're saying is not right, stand up and say something. If we all do better, if we all don't do better, this inevitably could be what you might have to deal with again. Finally, to the young people who still mocked and taunted Bailey even after her passing, enough. Let her rest. Let us rest.
Dry bones rattling a lonely soul, slipped and fell into a deep black hole. I can tell you're lost, I'm here for you. It's not like me to worry, but when I see you fading in the dark, I'll leave a light on for you. Through the long nights, I will be right there for you. If you drift too far, I'll leave a light on for you. Rain comes following an endless drought to wash away the remnants of all your doubt. I hope that you'll see me looking out. It's not like me to worry, but when I see you fading in the dark, I'll leave a light on for you. Through the long nights, I will be right there for you. If you drift too far, I'll leave a light on for you. Through the long nights, I will be right there for you. If you drift too far, I'll leave a light on for you.
Thank you, Kira. I would now like to invite Bailey's dad, David, forward to share.
Hey guys, thanks for being here. You know, a few weeks ago I started writing a wedding speech. So my fiance there, we just got engaged and been at the highest point of my life, you know. And fuck, I thought writing a wedding speech was hard, but you little shit, you like to set your dad a challenge, don't you? So in saying that, here we go. Hello, my name is David Cooper. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Bailey Ray Cooper's father. From the moment Bailey was born on the 5th of March 2007, it was like I'd been hit by a blonde-haired, blue-eyed bombshell. When I was giving her first bath, it was as if she was happy to be able to see the voice that she had been listening to for the past 9 months. As a toddler, we often visited parks together. On her tricycle, Bailey would be happy and eagerly singing a song that only her father will ever know. On the many train rides we took together from Mandurah back to Perth, where Bailey would swing off the poles while singing and dancing before exclaiming, "Let's do a flip, Dad." This is where I would have to lift her up. Hang on, Pap. I'd have to lift her up like that and flip her over. Bailey loved it. Her giggle was infectious, and onlookers would also laugh and pay her attention. This is why I would inform them, don't let the blonde hair and blue eyes fool ya. And when Bailey was 2, I met Shannon, who also had 2 children, Ebony 6 and JJ 3 years old. Bailey idolised these 2 and loved the fact that weekends spent with Dad also meant she had some other little friends to hang out with. Soon after, Bailey became a big sister to Alani, and then along came Mickey. Mickey Mayhem. Our family of 5 children and 2 adults was now complete, and it was time to upgrade the car to a 7-seater van. It didn't matter that Bailey wasn't always with us, just meant that when she was, we were ready to go. As there were many road trips that needed to happen to get you to and from Perth, Dongara and Waroona and wherever else we went. One of ours and Bailey's favourite holidays was our trip to Donnybrook. Simple but sweet. It was a perfect family holiday. Bailey and her siblings spent the weekend riding bikes and having bike races, playing in the huge adventure playground, eating fresh apples plucked off the apple tree, and roaming through the forest at Gnomesville. Moments like these were cherished as we didn't always get to see you, but when we did, they were always enjoyed. We had many daddy-daughter days out together, and just like to say, it's not part of my speech, but me and my brother Nathan, who had the same birthday as Bailey, to a godfather, we used to take her out for a special birthday every year. Just me, her, and Nathan. Fucking awesome. Anyway, she got to choose where and what we did, which often meant a trip to the movies, shopping, or visiting mates who were just so fucking stoked to see her. It wasn't always just us though. The kids would get excited to hear that you would be coming to visit. Alani and Mickey knew that you wouldn't hesitate to play Barbies or the Anna and Elsa game or ballerinas with them. Even when you all got a bit older, these fun times turned into shopping trips, getting nails done together, making slime and watching hours and hours of asthma videos. These are just some of the memories that I'd like to share about Bailey. But I think that's enough from this old bull. I'd just like to thank everyone from the immediate, blended and extended families for being here today. Your support has been, I got here absolutely overwhelming, but there's two words that if Shannon ever cooked a good meal or I was over at Ian and Jones for a family cook-off, you always knew when you did a good job because Dave would tell you. What would Dave tell you?
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's right. It was fucking awesome. Right, and the amount of people that are here today, just like to make a few personal thank yous. Luckily, I got a partner with a degree in who just graduated and helped me do this speech. Thank you so much. Thanks to Matthew and Tammy for especially the boat, mate. Getting a day out on the water to my friend Bob flew all the way down from Karratha and took us out on the boat for the day, and I can't say I don't want to swear too much, but that was fucking awesome too. My brother Ron, my brother Nathan, my brother Ryan, who lent us his car to get up here. You know, my mum and dad, my brother Ron, Uncle John and Auntie Sherry, I can't thank yous enough. I guess one thing that I used to always say to Bailey, and I'll admit that I wasn't really informed of what was going on because I didn't get to see her so often, and every time she did come to our house, she stood staunch and she never mentioned any of this to me. She just looked forward to her daddy-daughter day out and spending time with her sisters, going to the shops and stuff like that. And no, yeah, I already said thanks, mate. But it's a little something that I taught Bailey one time, and you just got to be a nice person and just I'm not really religious. One commandment I do believe in is karma, do unto those that you want done to you, Be a good cunt, you'll get good cunts. Be shit cunts, well, you know who we're talking about. on Facebook I put in one word answers, how would you describe me as a dad? And well, my brother Shane said good cunt. So I was happy with that. It was the best comment out of best 50 comments, you know. And but on a final note, I was saying, be nice to everyone, you know. Fat, skinny, short or tall, just smile and wave. Fuck them all!
Thank you, David. I would now like to invite Bailey's stepsisters Ebony and Mickey forward to share.
Could have gone without the step, just to let you know they're her sisters.
It's all right, Dave. Bailey was the kind of person who would cheer you up just from a smile. She always made an effort getting to know people and spoke with the confidence as if she already knew them well. She was great at giving advice, especially when you didn't need it. I'll miss going crystal shopping with you, taking you to Hillary's, staying up late with huge lolly hauls, painting together and doing each other's makeup. She always had good taste and style. Her last years were undoubtedly rough, yet she always had a beautiful smile on. I felt like you were really coming out of your shell and blossoming into a smart and mature girl. As your older sister, I can't help but feel like I should have texted you more and taken more photos. Who would have known this last Christmas together would really be our last Christmas together? These past 17 days have easily been the hardest of my life, but I know it doesn't compare to how hard your life was. You truly made a huge impact, positive impact in all our lives. I love and miss you.
Hello.
So go back.
Hello everyone, I'm Mickey, Bailey's younger sister. Bale's passing has been a difficult time for everyone. Our childhood memories were rough. She was older and in her teens while I was her younger, hyper sister. Since we had different mothers, it took long car drives, trains and buses for us to see each other. That also meant sometimes I would only see her for a few days every year. The last 2 Christmases, me and Bailey really bonded. She would never fail to make me smile and feel like the prettiest girl in the world. We went and got our nails done and bought a beautiful pearlescent crystal together. I remember listening to her country music through her beloved AirPods. Her laugh, her smile, her soft, high-pitched voice. She was so perfect in every way. Although I miss her lots, she is out of pain now, and I believe if she felt it was for the right decision, I do too. Life isn't the same without her, but it will never be. No matter where she is, I just know she will be cheering all of us on. Thank you, and I wish the best for everyone.
Thank you, Ebony and Mickey. I would now like to invite Clarice forward to share.
I'm a bit shorter. Thanks. Hi, first of all, I just want to say to my best friends, Mark and Kira, and to Dave and his family, how truly and honestly sorry I am. And to everyone else, I'm sorry if I don't quite make it through my speech. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Clarice. I am Kira's best friend. I'm a self-nominated adopted family member, and I was Bailey's Auntie Reese. Just like you all, Bailey and I had our own special bond. We all know she could be a rat bag, so I'm only going to talk about the good stuff. Bailey knew that mine and Uncle Brendan's house was her safe house, somewhere she could go if she needed somewhere to calm and reset, or just somewhere to chill if she'd pissed off Mum and Mark. We would chat for hours, or she would plan her next comeback to her and Uncle Brendan's continuous, annoying but hilarious banters. She was so smart and so caring. She's seen so much good in so many people. Bailey would astonish me every damn time that there was a fight or an argument, that instead of pointing blame and defending herself, she would sit there and sincerely speak about how different it could have gone on her behalf, or her reaction could have been different and what she could have done better. She would speak of how her words and her actions played effect in her others. It is so rare to find someone to fully own it the way that she did, and I was so proud of her for that. Her love for her 2 baby sisters was the most pure and adoring love. Her love for her mum, Kira, that was a soul love. She adored and idolised you. And Mark, I take my hat off to you, mate. You went through some doozies. But her love and her bond with you, you were definitely one of her heroes. She loved her entire family, all of them, and all of her friends so fiercely. Bailey's light shone so bright, and she fought so hard for that light to shine. For such a beautiful and misunderstood little soul to feel that this was her only way out. It is wrong and it is unfair. Bailey, I will always be your safe place, even now. And I promise to help Mum and Mark as much as I can, and if only you knew how loved you truly were. I hope you have found your peace and you can be happy now. I love you, Bailey.
Thank you, Clarice. I will now share on behalf of Bailey's friend Nate. The little sister I never had. That was what Bailey was and always will be to me. She wasn't just my friend, she was my family. Not bound by blood, but by soul. Bailey never failed to put a smile on my face, especially in my darkest days. Her smile was contagious. Although me and Bailey never met, it felt like we did. Little moments spent on FaceTime talking about things we would do when we met, like me meeting her family. It's hard to come to terms with the fact that this isn't happening and never will. You can never predict or prepare for something like this. Grief is unpredictable. Nothing prepares you for it. The guilt swallows you whole, leaving you wondering the what ifs, feeling nothing but emptiness. But something about grief completes you. It shows you that it's okay to be sad, it's okay to cry, and it's okay to ponder the what ifs and the unknown. Bailey can't say this for herself, so I will. Time heals. Grief is a process with no set time frame. Grief is powerful, but lenient. Don't rush grief. I remember me and Bailey's first call as if it happened yesterday. I didn't know who was calling, as I'd just posted my number to social media for people to reach out to me if they were struggling and needing someone to talk to. Little did she know I was having a rough night myself. We spent 5 hours on the phone that night, just talking to each other, confiding in each other about things we'd been through. From then on, we didn't stop calling. It became almost a part of a routine. Almost every day for 3 years we called, sometimes just to sit in silence and enjoy each other's company. It was bittersweet, really. Sometimes the calls were about small things happening, just little things we wanted to keep each other updated about, while others happened when we were struggling. I cherish every phone call we ever had even more now. They are memories I never want to let go of. Since her passing, I've felt multiple different emotions, from intense depression to feeling happy, knowing she's at peace and isn't in pain anymore. I would just like everybody in this room to know that everything you're feeling is completely valid. Allow yourselves to heal from this at your own pace, as Bailey would want you to. May you rest in peace, Bailey Cooper. Your memory will live on. Thank you, Nate. I will now share on behalf of Bailey's friend, Jordan. My name is Jordan McDonald. I was one of Bailey's best friends. We met on TikTok. A week later, we had a sleepover, and after that weekend, we became inseparable. We spent almost every weekend together, and you could describe our friendship as chaotic and fun. There was never a dull moment, and we would also sit in silence and be completely comfortable, but the silence never lasted. We were always giggling about something, usually her biting me or falling over something, or nothing. She was good at that. Some people thought we were a bit weird because we were always cuddling with each other. And we were a bit weird, so we found other people's reactions funny. Honestly, looking at Bailey was if I had a long-lost twin. We had this thing where we would say the same thing at the same time, and we always knew what the other was thinking. It was actually kind of weird, but Bailey loved it. She always had a huge smile on her face. That smile was so big, beautiful and bright. You couldn't help but smile back. That was always one of my favourite things about Bailey. My others were her sneeze and her giggle. What can I say? Everything was my favourite. Bailey was my favourite person. Even though Bailey and I's friendship was only 4 short months, we were as close as you could get. Ask our mums. I think they got a bit sick of our silly shenanigans. I love you. May you rest in peace, my beautiful best friend, Bailey Ray Cooper. Thank you, Jordan. As we've heard the beautiful memories shared by Bailey's loved ones, it's evident that her presence left a mark on her close family and friends. May we remember Bailey not for her struggles she faced, but for the warmth and goodness she shared with everyone she encountered. I would now like to share a poem called As I Wait in Heaven. As I wait in heaven and watch you every day, I try to let you know with signs I never went away. I hear you when you're laughing and watch you as you sleep. I even place my arms around you to calm you as you weep. I see you wish the days away, begging to have me home. So I try to send you signs so you know you are not alone. Don't feel guilty that you have life that was denied to me. Heaven is truly beautiful, just wait and see. So live your life, laugh again, enjoy yourself, be free. Then I know with every breath you take, you'll be taking one for me. As we come to the conclusion of Bailey's celebration of life, let us take a moment to reflect on the beautiful memories we've shared today. We've laughed, we've cried, and we've been reminded of the incredible person Bailey was. It is important that we don't remember Bailey in her final chapter, but we remember Bailey for her beautiful personality, her determination, her big smile, her loving and caring nature, and the way she would help others overcome their own struggles despite going through her own. Over the coming days, weeks, months, and even years, may you continue to comfort and support Bailey's family. Keep the memory of Bailey alive and don't be afraid to speak her name. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Bailey, as you embark on your final journey, know that you are surrounded by the love and warmth of those who hold you dear. May your spirit find peace and comfort in the embrace of eternity, and may your memory be a blessing to all who knew you. Go forth from this world knowing that you are loved beyond measure, that you will be missed more than words can say, that you will be remembered and cherished, and that love will never end. We will hold you close within us, and there you will remain, to be with us throughout our lives until we meet again. Family and friends now have the opportunity to come forward and place shells onto Bailey's coffin as a symbol of your love and final farewell. Take this moment to say your goodbyes, to cherish the memories you shared, and to honour the beautiful soul that Bailey was. Once you have placed your tribute, please make your way out onto the road to form a guard of honour as Bailey leaves for the last time. On behalf of the family, they thank you for your presence here today and invite you to stay and join them to continue sharing your wonderful memories of Bailey. Thank you.
Should have stayed, were the signs I ignored. Can I help you not to hurt anymore? We saw brilliance when someone's time runs out. If a moment is all we are, or quicker, who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. The reminders pull the floor from your feet. In the kitchen, one more chair than you need. Oh, and you're angry, and you should be. It's not fair. Just 'cause you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. They say, who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? It flickers, who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, or quicker, who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. Who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? It flickers, who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, or quicker, who cares if one more light goes out? I do. I do.
I saw a red bird flying high out of a sunset sky. I saw a sunflower growing wild on that old roadside. Clear as a lighthouse beacon, I could see that you're not that far away, far away. When I need you, you'll be right outside my window. I feel your arms around me when the wind blows. I still think you left too soon, but I'm thankful for your time. 'Cause heaven's lucky to have you, so was I. I wish I could call you up when I mess up one of Grandma's recipes. I wish we could catch up on life and such and hear you laughing at me. But today I found a picture, saw that smile upon your face. I knew everything would be okay. When I need you, you'll be right outside my window. I feel your arms around me when the wind blows. I still think you left too soon, but I'm thankful for your time. 'Cause heaven's lucky to have you, so was I. So was I. seat in the house. When I need you, you'll be right outside my window. I feel your arms around me when the wind blows. I still think you left too soon, but I'm thankful for your time. 'Cause heaven's lucky to have you. God knows how much I miss you. Heaven's lucky to have you. So was I. So was I.
I try to see, but I'm blinded by the white
now I can't stand the pain. How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away. I'm sick of this life, I just wanna scream. How could this happen to me? Everybody's screaming, I try to make a sound, but no one hears me. I'm slipping off the edge, I'm hanging by a thread. I wanna start this over again. So I try to hold on to a time when nothing mattered, and I can't explain what happened, and I can't erase the things that I've done. No, I can't. How could this happen to me? I've made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away. I'm sick of this life, I just wanna scream. How could this happen to me? I've made my mistakes, got nowhere to run.
Should we put these papers
Goes
on the
on
table?
as I'm
No, she hated flowers.
sick
Because
of
Mum will
this
be saying,
life, I just wanna scream. How could this happen to me?
Good.
Hey, you mate?
As good as can be.
Did you want to have a little sip of water first before you go? Yeah? Alright, you like from Australia, I'm not sure.
Thanks, bro.
Brendan is one there.
I'll call around and see you next couple of days.
I saw a red bird flying high out of a sunset sky. I saw a sunflower growing wild on that old hillside. Clear as a lighthouse beacon,
going out for-
I could see that you're not that far away. Far away. When I need you, you'll be right outside my window. I feel your arms around me when the wind blows. I still think you left too soon, but I'm thankful for your time.
Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like the since you arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet some nights up in heaven since you arrived. Since you arrived.
Darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs that voices never share. And no one dared disturb the sound of silence.